How goes it, content warriors? This is the Content Warfare Strategy Sessions. I'm good. I'll be a dad next week, so that's pretty cool. Duke Hanley, he's going to be rocking shiz. So what does my unborn son have to do with content marketing? Today we're talking about expectations. But first, the Google Plus tip of the week. Are you giving credit where credit is due? When you share or reshare a post on Google+, are you giving credit to the person who originally shared that piece of content, even if they didn't create it? If your answer is no, then shame on you. Be a quality Google+ member and tip the hat, commonly seen as an H/T and an @ mention after it of whoever shared the article. Think of it as giving props or a shout out or a pat on the back for a good share or a holla at your boy. You can call it whatever you want, but the hat tip is a good way to make friends. You're letting everyone know that you appreciate what they're doing, which leads to stronger relationships and more friends. Last week we talked about the new YouTube comment integration with Google+, and that it was a huge boon for YouTube content producers. But kind of old school YouTubers are still complaining. In the end, I think everyone will realize that this was a good move. People just like to fight change. That's natural, so we kind of just have to deal with it. Today, I want to talk about expectations, specifically our expectations and what they should be when we start creating content on a regular basis. But before we get to those, a quick assumption: on a regular basis means more than one post a week. Unless you're Derek Halpern, which you're not, unless you are, and then, what's up, dog? You need to be creating content more than once a week. Blog post, video, podcast video, doesn't matter, but more than one piece of content a week. You can tune it back once you start to get traction, but in the beginning, you gotta put the work in. If someone tells you that once a month or even the dreaded once in a while is good enough, if they say at least you're doing something, fire them immediately. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. So if you're starting today, here's what you should expect. The first 30 days are bliss. Everything is new and amazing and exciting. Your first visitor, your first subscriber, your first tweet, your first comment. Everything is rainbows and unicorns, and you'll tell yourself you're a genius every night before you go to bed. This is called the I'm gonna rule the world phase. After those first 30 days, the next 60 start to get tough. The comments, tweets, and visitors begin to taper off from your launch. You're not going to see any consistent, measurable results. You're going to think the internet sucks, it's a waste of time, you can't believe you spent money and brainpower creating your site, and you're going to consider quitting every single day. This is called the don't make me jump phase. From 90 days to 180 days, that's 6 months for anyone confused by the days format, there should be marked increases in your engagement. Google will have indexed your work, and if you're using even basic content marketing and SEO best practices, you'll be receiving some search traffic. You're going to begin using references like the ball is rolling, or its more wintry cousin, the snowball is rolling, to describe your progress. People are going to mention you and comment on a regular basis, and someone will eventually stop you in the grocery store and reference an article you wrote. In this moment, you are going to feel like an internet marketing god. This is called the suck it internet phase. But unfortunately, around 6 months, your hockey stick growth curve is going to flatten. You'll still be growing, just slowly. Or maybe better put, slower than you think you should be growing. At every moment of every day, from 6 months to about 2 years, you're going to at once want to double down and go balls or whatever to the wall with your blog. And at the same time, you're going to want to quit. It's emotional. This is called the my voice hurts from finding my voice phase. But at the 2-year mark, if you've found your voice, and trust me, if you've put in honest work and made it to 2 years, you're going to have found your voice. At 2 years, things are going to start to happen. People are going to start referencing your work in their articles. They're going to have you on their Google Hangouts. They're going to ask you to come on to their podcasts. This is called the it's about damn time phase. When you make it to it's about damn time, the internet is your oyster. Write a book, create a course, sell more of your stuff. When you make it to 2 years, then you'll truly become a content warrior. There's no need for me to tell you what to expect at that point because the snowball will be barreling down the mountain. How do I know that this is the timeline that your internet presence is going to follow? To be honest, I don't. This has been my timeline and a similar timeline that I've seen with many of my friends and audience members and peers throughout the online marketing world. Yours could be quicker, yours could be slower, but what I will tell you is the progression in some way, shape, or form is going to be very similar to what I outlined above. Understand that the road is going to be bumpy. You're going to have different feelings at different times. Understand that you can't control how quickly your online presence grows. Just understand that the two most important characteristics of any successful online content creator are perseverance and patience. If you have perseverance and patience, you're going to make it. What do you think about this timeline? What did I miss? What part of this timeline is completely wrong? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found value in this episode, if you think other people would find value as well, please click the like button. It's the absolute best way for you to support Content Warfare Strategy Sessions. Google, you're going to feel great about what is happening. You're going to begin, you're going to be, how do I know this is the actual timeline? Well,